Formula One 2017. I'm Emerson and I'm here with Larry Arsenal and Tyler Merkel. They're driving for Sahara Force India, and they're going head-to-head with the other 9 F1 teams. Today's schedule, we're at the Circuit of the Americas, short circuit. There's a shortcut between turn 6, that goes all the way to turn 12. How will these drivers fare on a slightly different circuit? The circuit is the same all the way until they get to turn 6, and then they take a little short shoot and then a little chicane. They get back out onto the track right before turn 12, and then they carry on. So it's going to be a slightly different, but it's going to be a little familiar to the drivers. Tyler Merkel has a 24-point lead over Larry Arsenault after his last week excursion out of turn 17 in the Casio Triangle at Suzuka, giving Lewis Hamilton the victory in Suzuka, making the first non-Force India driver to win a race this season. Let's see if they can regain that streak. We head to their home race of the drivers, not the team, but home race of the drivers. Tyler Merkel and Larry Arsenault. Tyler from Michigan, Arsenault from Maine, both quite a ways away. They're actually closer to Circuit de Villeneuve than they are to Circuit of the Americas, but they are within the same national borders of Circuit of the Americas, so this would be their home track.
To Canada, so go on back.
Actually, Larry is closer to Montreal than you are closer.
You sure?
Larry's closer to Quebec. You're closer to Ontario. Circuit de Villeneuve is in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
It also makes me wonder, why am I making the trip all the way to Texas to go to Coda
when you can just get a passport
and go to Canada,
which is like what, 2 hours away from you?
And to be honest, I think the Canada race might be a little bit more interesting.
Maps.
But welcome to Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. The pit lane obviously is the same. Track is open 29 minutes and 35 seconds, and nobody's made their way out onto the track just yet. I hear the engines have fired up, and we have a Renault and a Sauber on their way out. Here comes a Force India. That would be Tyler Merkel on his way out. No, yeah, that would be, yes.
No, yeah.
So, on a slightly different circuit, we're going to go on board with Tyler Merkel as he takes his first lap around Coda Short.
4 hours 33 minutes between the Canadian Grand Prix and my location.
Tyler Merkel up to turn 6. Little different instead of carrying on the way he used to. No, back onto the long back straightaway and to turn 12. Well, it's the long back straightaway and the full circuit. But this is still the same treacherous turns 14 and 15. 15 was Tyler Merkel's Achilles heel on the regular circuit, and it still is. Now through 16, 17, and 18, the try right-hander heads down the short chute to turn 19. And another short chute to turn 20. He's going to start his first time lap here at Circuit of the Americas. Just under the start-finish line now as he heads into turn 1, braking at the 100-meter board. Doesn't slide the tires through one, which is actually quite remarkable. Now through these short S curves into turn 6. Now the down short chute and chicane. Now onto the back straightaway of the circuit. And into turn 12. So Tyler Merkel back here in the when we were racing the regular circuit here, he won this race by 8/10 of a second. And it was 3 cars within 1 second of each other. Jolie and Palmer set the fastest lap of a 1:11.364. We have a caution in sector 2. That'll be Larry Arsenault going for a ride. He works his way out of turn 15 and up to 16. Tyler Markle puts the slowest lap. He's on the slowest tire though. So Tyler Markle puts a 1:12.851. Romain Grosjean on the 1:11.670 on the supers. And Jolien Palmer 1:11.364 on the ultras. Larry Arsenault out on the track with the soft compound. Here he comes to start his first timed lap. A little bit of wheel spin coming out of the first corner. Can tell he oversteer on the exit. Tiptoeing his way through the S is a very loose car, the Americans call it. Going wide through 14, but we'll get a better exit out of 15. No, it's the same thing with teammate Tyler Markle. Just too much power on the rear wheels coming out of turn 15. Gives him a little squirrely and a lot of oversteer out of turn 15. Larry Arsenault runs wide through 19 and into the wall hard. He's out. He's crashed it. Larry Arsenault into the inside steel barrier between turns 19 and 20 right by pit entry. Didn't even get to set a timed lap. Here comes Tyler Markle working his way up to turn 14 now. No, that is... yeah, no, that was turn 14 now. Turn 15 here. Better exit that time, but still you can tell on the edge of control coming out of turn 15. Now through the right-hander, 16, 17, and 18. Now through 19 and into 20. Anything better? Tyler Markle to the top of the charts by 1:10.985. Marcus Ericsson second fastest on the Ultra Softs, 1:11.223. Danny Kvyat, a 1:12.064 on the soft tire. Here comes Pascal Wehrlein. He's working his way to turn 1 now. Lance Stroll out on the track. He's working his way through turn 1 as well. Raikkonen on an outlap. Daniel Ricciardo on an outlap. You know, watch Pascal Wehrlein as he tries to set the 6th lap time of the session. Larry Arsenault was going to set a lap time before him, but he's crashed it coming off of turn 19. We're now joined by Larry Arsenault. Larry, what happened out there with your whole incident?
Just too much power on the exit. The car's been kind of pushy all session. Spun it on the outlap. Kind of lost it a couple times on the timed, and then coming through turn 18, I believe it was, just lost it.
It's turn 19.
Tried to save it. Okay, yeah, turn 19. Tried to save it. Just slid it into the wall. Not really much I could do at that point.
Alright, Pascal Wehrlein posts the fastest time of a 1:11.621. Lance Stroll, the slowest time on the Ultras, a 1:11.644. Larry, does this raise any concerns for you heading into the rest of this weekend?
There's a lot. Hopefully we don't have the same looseness, and we can hopefully fix it a little bit, but that doesn't really give me the highest hopes. I was really looking forward to getting out on the track early, setting a lot of times, and getting used to the different layout as compared to the full layout, which I'm used to. I'm not really used to this short layout. It's only the second time I've ever driven it, so it's going to be a challenge in qualifying to get into the top 10.
All right, well, thank you, Larry, and good luck for the rest of your day. Kimi Räikkönen, top of the charts on the Ultra Soft compound, a 110.609. You have Daniel Ricciardo working his way around the track now. Ricciardo on the supers. Where does he put it? Coming through turn 19 now through 20. Looking for the start-finish line now. Pascal Wehrlein, 6th fastest. Daniel Ricciardo, 3rd fastest with a 111.198. And I have to say, Carlos Sainz is up there, 2nd fastest on the supers. He was 1st fastest before Ricciardo. 2nd fastest for Carlos Sainz at 111.503. Tyler Merkel back out onto the track, making his way. Fernando Alonso working his way through 15. Kevin Magnussen working his way through turn 18. Waiting for Felipe Massa working his way through the chicane up to turn 12. Still have yet to make a lap. We have Stoffel Vandoorne, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas. Larry Arsenal also has yet to make a lap, but he will not be making a lap this session. Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Alonso, and Massa all out on the track now. Massa working his way through 19. Down the short shoot, he's looking to be the 10th time on the board. Where he ranks, we're about to find out. He'll put it 7th fastest. He's the 3rd fastest on the super soft compound. We now go back. We catch up with Kevin Magnussen, who also has Fernando Alonso on his rear. Here comes Nico Hülkenberg, puts it 12th fastest. He's slowest on the soft compound. You have now Fernando Alonso and Kevin Magnussen, nose to tail, working their way up to turn 14 now. That's 16, 17, and 18. Work their way to turn 19 now. Up to turn 20. There's another Haas behind Alonso. That will be Romain Grosjean. Hülkenberg 13th fastest. A 12.164. And Alonso 11th fastest, the slowest on the Ultras, a 112.015. I'm sorry, I got that confused. That was Kevin Magnussen, puts it 14th fastest, a 112.423. And we now have Stoffel Vandoorne, Lewis Hamilton working their way onto the track. You have a whole gaggle of cars working their way out of turn 12 to turn 13 now. We have 4, we have 2 Haas, we have a McLaren, and we have Lewis Hamilton making his way out onto the track. Stoffel Vandoorne coming out of turn 12, Hamilton on an out lap working his way out of turn 15 now. Now Hamilton looking to start his first timed lap. Vandoorne's already done that. No, Vandoorne's coming through 19, my bad. Still, you having yet to make their way out onto the track. Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, all in the pit lane still. Hamilton and Vandoorne out on out laps right now, no, on timed laps right now. They're actually working the track nose to tail right now. Or is that Fernando Alonso behind Hamilton? I believe that's Alonso. Hey, there's Vandoorne in the distance. Hamilton working his way now through 6, down the short chute to the chicane. Here comes Hamilton through 13, up his way to 14, now 15. Can he get the power down without losing the rear end? Now up to the right-hander, 16, 17, and 18. And now in the 19, where does Lewis Hamilton rank up? He's on the Ultra Softs. He's looking to be faster than Räikkönen. Here he comes through turn 20. What kind of lap time does Hamilton have set for us? It'll be top of the charts, a 110.570. Stoffel Vandoorne on the supers coming out of turn 20, looking for the start-finish line. Stoffel Vandoorne posts his 10th fastest v third slowest on the super softs, a 1:11.533. And Max Verstappen out on the track, Valtteri Bottas out on the track, Verstappen on an outlap, Bottas starting a timed lap. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He'll be the last driver out onto the racetrack. Valtteri Bottas on the super soft compound. Max Verstappen, he's on the super softs as well. And Sebastian Vettel, he's on the soft compound. So you have Valtteri Bottas working his way through the S's into 6, now down the short chute to 7. My bad, that's a short chute to 12. He came out of the chicane. Now on his way to 13 and now 14. In turn 15, Bottas gets the power down just like his teammate. He's on the supers. He's looking to probably put it third fastest, looking maybe for fifth fastest. Here comes Valtteri Bottas working his way into turn 19. Valtteri Bottas out of turn 20, looking for the start-finish line, puts it 7th fastest. He's the 3rd fastest on the supers. Here comes Max Verstappen. He's on the supers as well, working his way through turn 19. Verstappen out of 20. He'll put it 8th fastest, right behind Bottas. And now we have one driver left to put a lap time. It's Sebastian Vettel. He works his way down the short chute and through the chicane out onto the backstretch. And into turn 12. He's on the soft compound. We're not looking for much, but we're looking for speed. He looks to put it middle of the pack. On the soft compound, 15 minutes remaining in practice here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. Vettel through 18, now 19, looking for turn 20. Sebastian Vettel puts it 16th fastest, but that is the fastest on the soft compound tire, a 1:11.914. And let me tell you, the top 11 are all within 1 second of each other, and everybody's within 2 seconds of each other, and these are all ultra softs to softs. Now let me tell you, the ultra softs have been doing extremely well as expected, but not many people have used them. Obviously, only Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Räikkönen, Fernando Alonso, Marcus Ericsson, Jolyon Palmer, and Lance Stroll have used them. Jolyon Palmer and Lance Stroll disappoint me, as Lance Stroll always disappoints me. He's 14th fastest on the super soft compound, only beating one super. Lance Stroll on the ultra soft beating one super and all the softs. That is it. For the super softs, you have them scattered all over the chart. From 3rd, Tyler Markle, Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, 7th. I forgot Daniel Ricciardo in 5th. Then we have Sainz, Massa, Van Dort, and Verline, 10th through 13th, and Romain Grosjean, 15th. Then we have the soft tires, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, Vettel, Kvyat, Hülkenberg, and Magnussen. So now, mostly everybody back in the pit lane. We have Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen out on the track, Tyler Markle on an outlap now. With 13 minutes remain, we have Tyler Markle. He's looking for top of the charts now. The Ultra Softs are out on the track. What is he gonna do with them? Here he comes through 19, looking for 20. We're gonna ride on board. This should be a flyer. Picks up the start-finish line. Here he comes down the front stretch. Up to 7th, up to 8th. Brakes at the 100-meter sign through turn 1, nice and smooth. Through turn 2, riding all over the curb on the inside. Through turn 3, curb inside. 4, curb inside. 5, curb inside. 6, curb inside. 9 to 7. Down the straightaway to chicane turn 8, 9, and 10. Now down the backstretch, which leads to circuit 12. navigated all those corners beautifully. He comes into turn 13 for the second set, and now through 14, looking for 15, his Achilles heel. What does he do through 15? Here he comes. Gets on the gas. He doesn't lose the back end as much as he thought he would. He keeps it under him now through the right-hander. 16, 17, and 18. Looking for 19. 19 in the short shoot of turn 20. Out onto the front stretch. It's top of the charts. Tyler Markle, a 109.433. Lewis Hamilton is over a second slower than Tyler Markle. Phenomenal drive by Tyler Markle. And he's going for more. He wasn't going for a fast one. He's going for race pace. Cuts turn 7. Here comes Kimi Räikkönen. What does he have to say about it? Hevo is on the soft compound tire. Jolie and Palmer on the ultra soft still. Here comes Marcus Ericsson. He's coming out on the ultras, looking to see if he can better his lap time.
Don't say anything.
What?
What do you mean, don't say anything?
You know, are you watching me or no?
No,
No, I
watching
didn't see that.
SmackDown.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
But go wide in turn 19, heading into the pit lane.
Yep, with a broken wing.
You spin.
Yes, man. In the 15.
Your Achilles heel. Even at like half throttle, you'll fuck up there. God damn it. 10 minutes remaining here in opening practice at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. By short circuit, they mean they take a shortcut through turn 6 all the way to turn 12. The shortcut consists of a short chute and one chicane leading onto the straightaway with a left-hander. Now take a look at Kimi Räikkönen, looking to see what he can prove. Marcus Ericsson on the ultras, looking to see what he can prove as he works his way down to turn 2 now. Ericsson is on a flyer, working his way from 12 to 13. Lance Stroll is on an out lap. Nothing's new. He can't do anything in this series. He needs to go back to Formula E. And Marcus Ericsson puts it fourth fastest, faster than Fernando Alonso. A 1:11.036 for the Sauber. Lance Stroll on the softs. Sebastian Vettel still on the softs. Kvyat on the softs. Magnussen on the softs. Everybody but Marcus Ericsson's on the soft tire now. We're on board with Kimi Räikkönen. Daniel Ricciardo, Tyler Markle all on an out lap. Danny Kvyat coming around to start his first time to lap. We're on board with Tyler Markle now as he works his way around the track on the super soft compound. When I tell you Tyler Markle's changed the entire way this practice is concerned, he is 3 seconds faster than the slowest lap time. He is an entire second and a tenth faster than Lewis Hamilton. Tyler Markle will be putting on an absolute clinic later in the day, provided he doesn't crash. Fernando Alonso on an outlap now. Again, turn 15 proving to be difficult. He gets the power down, but a little too much. Brings the back end out at turn 15. Pascal Wehrlein on an outlap now. Fernando Alonso back out on the track with the Ultras, looking to beat Marcus Ericsson, Kimi Räikkönen again. Pascal Wehrlein out on the Supers again. Daniel Ricciardo posts the second fastest lap time, a 1:10.493, brings the time gap within 1 second and 1/10. It's now 1 second and 6/100ths. Danny Kvyat is the fastest driver on this soft tire, faster than Sebastian Vettel. On board with Tyler Markle now as he approaches Danny Kvyat. All over the gearbox of Kvyat, looking to race him here for practice. Smooth through turn 15. Tyler Markle runs wide through 18, and the oversteer's gonna bite him here into turn 19. He continues on his way. Lewis Hamilton is out on the track and he's looking for revenge. He wants top spot back here in practice. Felipe Massa is on the soft tire. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo after setting the second fastest time. And here comes Lewis Hamilton. Can he do anything better than a 109.433? Carlos Sainz is third fastest, a 1:10.519 for Carlos Sainz. Fernando Alonso's gotten back around Marcus Ericsson, a 1:10.947. Romain Grosjean on an outlap. Here comes Lewis Hamilton through 17. Now through turn 20, Lewis Hamilton, what does he say? It's second fastest again. That's a 1:10.315. Fast, but not fast enough for Lewis Hamilton. Brings the gap within 1 second. Now it actually brings it within 9/10 of a second now. It's about 88/100ths of a second that separates Hamilton and Markle. Hamilton looking for even more. Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Marcus Ericsson, Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, Jolyon Palmer, Sebastian Vettel, Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, and Larry Arsenault are all done with practice. And the leaderboard is starting to even out, as we would say. 45 seconds remain in the session. Still on board of Lewis Hamilton, working his way through 19 now. And back into the pit lane he goes. We have Massa, Stroll, and Verline working their way around the track now. With 12 seconds remaining in practice, let's go back and recap. Valtteri Bottas is on an outlap, but he's not going to make it back around. Let's go ahead and recap the top 8 are all on Ultra Softs. And then Jolyon Palmer in 12th and Lance Stroll in 14th. Now we have 10th, 11th, and 12th on the Supers. And 14th on the Supers with Bottas, Verline, Verstappen, and Massa. Then 16th through 19th on the Softs with Kvyat, Vettel, Hülkenberg, Magnussen. And Tyler Markle's coming around to turn 14, now 15. As Tyler Markle comes around to complete his lap, this is going to draw practice to a close. He's going to be the last driver to complete a lap, and Tyler Markle has gone around into turn 20. Around goes Tyler Markle. Still major oversteer coming out of the final corner. A lot of wheel spin, but Tyler Markle will take the top spot in final practice, yeah. Lewis Hamilton came within 88/100ths of a second of Tyler Markle, and everybody else is over a second back. We now move on to the opening round of qualifying here at Circuit of the Americas Short. We'll be right back.
Larry.
Yes.
You here for quali?
Yes.
Okay.
The track is now open for Q1. 17 minutes and 50-something seconds left on the clock here. Here comes a Sauber and a Haas out onto the track. This is Circuit of the Americas Short. Who's got what it takes to be the fastest in Q1? Remember, the bottom 5 are eliminated at the end of 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Here comes both Williams out onto the track, and then you gotta love when one teleports out onto the racetrack.
Oh my god.
And here comes Tyler Markle out onto the track.
Oh, and that's what I never did, Larry. Look at the weather.
Oh, crap. I should have done that before I went to SmackDown.
Can you look at it now?
No rain.
And Marcus Ericsson's going to come around and start the first timed lap of the session. Here comes Marcus Ericsson through turn 20, and he's going to take the green flag here in Q1. Marcus Ericsson on V Ultras. Many drivers will be. I believe every driver on the track is on Ultras right now. Here comes Ericsson working his way into turn 12. Now Ericsson through 13 and 14. Pascal Wehrlein on an outlap, Romain Grosjean on an outlap, Ericsson, Markle, Stroll, Massa, Magnussen, Kvyat, Hulkenberg, and Palmer all out on the racetrack. 15.5 minutes remain in Q1. Here comes Ericsson, rounding turn 19, looking for turn 20. He's going to be putting the first lap of the session down, and he is going to place a 110.594. Magnussen runs faster, a 0.527. Now go on board with Tyler Markle. See what kind of flyer he's got for us. Working turns 13 and 14. Felipe Massa top of the charts, a 110.433. Hulkenberg goes fourth fastest, the slowest, a 111.744. All four of those times on the Ultras. Lance Stroll even beats Nico Hulkenberg, a 111.105. Palmer, a 110.790. Kvyat, a 110.328. That's the fastest, but Tyler Markle responds to a 109.316, an entire second faster than Danny Kvyat. All of those 8, all on the ultra soft compound. Here comes Romain Grosjean and Pascal Wehrlein. Looking for responses here out of Grosjean and Wehrlein. Here comes Verstappen and Sainz. Here comes Wehrlein rounding turn 19 in the 20. Pascal Wehrlein, does he put it high enough to where he won't be eliminated? Here he comes. They'll put it fourth fastest, a 110.3435. Grosjean second fastest, a 110.250. Kvyat puts it back fourth fastest. Hulkenberg puts it third fastest. Here comes Verstappen and Sainz. Hamilton out onto the track now. Sainz rounding the S's. Lewis Hamilton is on an outlap. Still have yet to make their way out onto the track. Stoffel Van Dorn, Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen, Fernando Alonso, Larry Arsenal, and Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen, Sainz on timed laps. Hamilton on an outlap. Everybody else retiring to the pits. That would be Grosjean, Hulkenberg, and Wehrlein. Here comes Sainz rounding turn 17 on his way to 18, 19. Here he comes. Daniel Ricciardo on an outlap, looking for turn 20. Here comes Carlos Sainz. Fourth fastest, a 110.320. Max Verstappen, he looks to put it 10th fastest, a 110.691 on the super soft compound. Here comes Lewis Hamilton working his way for turn 20. So Max Verstappen outdoes Palmer and Stroll. Those are on the super sauce, or Verstappen's on the supers, Palmer showing the ultras. Here comes Van Dorn and Ricciardo and Vettel and Alonso and Bottas, all on outlaps. It's just Raikkonen and the Arsenal still in the pit lane. 12 minutes remain here at Circuit of America. Short. Daniel Ricciardo's made it to the start-finish line. He's going to start his first timed lap of the session, along with Fernando Alonso. Van Dorn, Vettel, Raikkonen now out on the track. Here comes Vettel through Sector 3. Raikkonen and Van Dorn and Bottas still working their way around the track. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. He's on the super subs. Where is he gonna put it? Is he gonna be fast enough to make it to Q2 on the supers? Now through turn 15. And we're about to see an influx of lap times come in here. Here comes Lewis Hamilton rounding turn number 20. Lewis Hamilton on the super softs. He's gonna put it 8th fastest, a 110.492. Here comes Fernando Alonso. He's working his way through 12. Fernando Alonso looking for turn 20. Fernando Alonso puts it second fastest, a 110.054. Now looking for Van Dorn and Vettel. Here comes Vettel to the start finish line. He's gonna put it 16th fastest. He's on the super soft, say 111.198. Van Dorn. And right here comes Valtteri Bottas out of turn 20. He puts it 13th fastest on the supers, a 110.638. Van Dorn puts it 7th fastest on the ultra softs. And here comes Kimi Raikkonen through 18-19 now, on his way to turn 20. Kimi Raikkonen on the super softs. Where does he put it? Kimi Raikkonen puts it 14th fastest. Larry Arsenal still has yet to settle lap. 9.5 minutes remain here in Q1. Everybody but Larry Arsenal settle lap. Vettel, Stroll, Palmer, and Verstappen all face elimination. And Valtteri Bottas is on the bubble, along with Kimi Raikkonen, Marcus Ericsson, and Daniel Ricciardo. Of those bottom 7, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Bottas, Vettel, and Verstappen all on supers. Everybody else on ultras. So we have Tyler Marko top of the charts, a 109.316. Fernando Alonso, the only other driver to break the 109 bracket. Here comes Marcus Ericsson and Larry Arsenal out onto the racetrack. The only other driver to break the 109 bracket was Fernando Alonso with a 109.945. They have Grosjean and Hulkenberg and Sainz and Kvyat and Van Dorn and Massa and Verline all on ultras. And we have Lewis Hamilton in 10th on the supers, 110.492, the fastest lap on the super soft compound. And we have Magnussen, who's actually on his way to an outlap now, with a 110.527 on the ultras. Then we have Raikkonen, who we're watching right now, with a 110.564 on the supers, along with Ricciardo and Bottas. And then 50 with Marcus Ericsson, a 110.594 on the ultras. And I mean, it is close between 13th and 14th, between 3 1,000ths of a second. Then we have Max Verstappen 16th on the supers, a 110.691. Then we have Palmer and Stroll on the ultras and Vettel on the supers. And we now watch Larry Arsenal as he works his way around the track. This is going to be his first timed lap of the day. Hasn't even set one in practice. He crashed coming off of turn 19 in practice. Now he works his way through turn 1. On board of Larry Arsenal. Is he ready for this track? Through turn 2, now through 3. Has no curb yet. Now through 4 and 5. He's avoiding all the curbs. And now finally catches a curb in turn 6. Coming out of 7. Through the chicane. Onto the backstretch. Here he comes into turn 12. And up to 13 now. Looking for 14 and 15. 15's been the Achilles heel of a lot of drivers today. Will it be an exception to Larry Arsenal? No, it is not an exception to Larry Arsenal. He gets the rear end out coming off of turn 15 now through the try right-hander with 16, 17, and 18. Looking for 19 now. On his way to the short tree that leads him to the front stretch at the end of turn number 20. Larry Arsenal, the final driver to put in a lap this session. 6 minutes and 42 seconds remain, and Larry Arsenal will put it 20th fastest, a 111.614. Larry Arsenal faces elimination now along with Vettel, Stroll, Palmer, and Verstappen. Emerson is on the bubble along with Bottas, Ricciardo, and Raikkonen. Van Dorn puts it up to 8th. No, that's Magnussen clearing Van Dorn. Does Larry Arsenal have what it takes to set a faster lap, working his way through turn 16 and 17 and now 18? Danny Kvyat, Felipe Massa, Kevin Magnussen, Marcus Ericsson, Jolyon Palmer all out on the track along with Larry Arsenal. He works his way to turn 20 yet again. Here he comes looking for the finish line, and it's going to be a 110.935. Not fast enough to get out of the bottom 5, but fast enough to improve. That puts Sebastian Vettel, the slowest driver of Q1 at the moment, a 111.198. Ericsson and Bottas are all beat out. No, Ericsson gets beat out by Jolyon Palmer, putting it P12, a 110.527. That's enough to get him out of the bottom 5, which is facing elimination. Continue to watch Larry Arsenal as there's less than 5 minutes remaining in Q1. He's facing elimination right now if he does not set a faster lap. Here he comes into turn 15, the Achilles heel of every driver here. Tries to control the back end, but it steps out a little bit now through 16 and 17, and now through 18, looking for 19. Larry Arsenal looking for the start-finish line yet again, and it's going to be even faster. Puts him P12, a 110.505. That's enough to get him out of the bottom 5. But here comes Lance Stroll. Pascal Wehrlein also on an out lap. Magnussen still out on track along with Danny Kvyat. We have Lance Stroll. What does he have to say? He's on the Ultras. With 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in Q1, it's only a matter of time before this whole leaderboard shifts around. The top 10, all on Ultras. Then we have Arsenal and Palmer, 12th and 13th. Ericsson, 17th, and Stroll, 19th. Everybody else is on Supers. That includes Lewis Hamilton, P11 right now. But with the Supers, you have Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Sebastian Vettel all facing elimination on the Supers. Now 3.5 minutes remain. Here comes Lance Stroll working his way through the try right-hander looking for turn 19. Larry Arsenal brings it back to the pit lane. What is Pascal Wehrlein looking for? Nico Hülkenberg out on the track. Romain Grosjean out on the track. Grosjean comes out behind Stroll. Here comes Sainz out onto the track, and Verstappen in the bottom 5. Everybody's starting to come on out because it's your last chance to set a lap. Pascal Wehrlein looking to improve upon his time. Here comes Lewis Hamilton out on an out lap. The real question is, does Lance Stroll get out of the bottom 5? He's out on the track right now. Here he comes, looking for refuge through 16, 17, and 18. Now for 19. He's got to get to the start-finish line in about less than 6 seconds now. Coming to the start-finish line, Lance Stroll will put a 110.949, but it won't be enough. Now, Max Verstappen on the track now. Sebastian Vettel on an outlap. Daniel Ricciardo on an outlap. He's on the bubble. Here comes Magnussen and Massa. And Kvyat and Ricciardo. Ricciardo again on the bubble. Larry Arsenault looking for another attempt. Here comes Ericsson and Bottas, and everybody's out on the track. Everybody besides Tyler Markle, who in about 2 seconds will lock in his lap time for the session. Tyler Markle's locking in his 109.316. And we're going to have an influx of lap times here, boys. Here comes Max Verstappen. He's got 2 McLarens behind him. He's got a Toro Rosso in front of him. And the Williams in front of the Toro Rosso. No, that is a Force India. The Toro Rosso lets Verstappen by. Verline 5th fastest, a 110.181. Here comes Verstappen. He's in the bottom 5. Lance Stroll will not advance to round 2. Because Max Verstappen, he will not, unless he sets another lap. But that lap will not get him to round 2. Tyler Markle, Romain Grosjean, Danny Kvyat, Carlos Sainz, Felipe Massa, Kevin Magnussen at the moment do advance to round 2. Lance Stroll does not at the moment. Sebastian Vettel looking for more. He's still in the supers. I think that's a terrible idea, but let's see if Vettel can crank one out. Daniel Ricciardo puts 13th as he crosses the start-finish line. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. Sebastian Vettel coming to the start-finish line. Vettel puts it 8th fastest on the super softs, a 110.326, and that was a Haas sitting in the middle of the track looking to sabotage Sebastian Vettel. That was Romain Grosjean sitting at the start-finish line. It looked like he was trying to sabotage Sebastian Vettel, but Vettel ends up advancing to round 2. Sadly, Daniel Ricciardo, Jolyon Palmer, Marcus Ericsson, Max Verstappen, and Lance Stroll do not advance. Both Red Bulls failed to advance to round 2. And look at that, Larry Arsenault barely makes it into round 2 by 3 1/1000ths of a second. 3 1/1000ths of a second, and Arsenault would have been done for the day. Doesn't get much more luckier than that. So 15 minutes out on the clock as we start Q number 2 here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. Here comes Kevin Magnussen and Stoffel Vandoorne out onto the racetrack. Here comes Verline. There's Tyler Markle and a Renault and a Toro Rosso. Danny Kvyat makes his way out onto the track. Carlos Sainz does. Nico Hulkenberg. So here comes Kevin Magnussen looking to take the green flag here in Q2. 13.5 minutes remain. Green flag in the air for Q2. Magnussen starts the first time lap of Q2. Grosjean, his teammate, messes up his lap into turn 1 because Grosjean was on his way out, and Magnussen caught Grosjean at a terrible time. That totally messes up the lap he was about to set. Now Grosjean is holding up Stoffel Van Dorn. Here comes Lewis Hamilton on an out lap. So we still hold true. Nico Hulkenberg will set the first, or not Nico Hulkenberg, I am so sorry. Kevin Magnussen will set the first timed lap of Q2, but it will not be a good one. And here comes Nico Hulkenberg through turn 20, looking for the start-finish line. Hulkenberg puts it fastest, a 1:11.371. Van Dorn, a 1:11.427. We're looking for more. Pascal Verlaine at the start-finish line, fastest, a 1:10.333. Kvyat second fastest, a 1:10.504. Carlos Sainz at the start-finish line now. Top of the charts, 1:10.170. Hulkenberg, a 1:10.161. Comes Kimi Räikkönen on an out lap, and Sebastian Vettel follows suit. Tyler Markle, top of the charts, 1:10.153 on the Super Soft compound. Here comes Grosjean and Hamilton, both working the track at the same time. Räikkönen looking to start his first time lap following Vettel, or Vettel following Räikkönen. Here comes Grosjean. Grosjean's coming up behind Van Dorn. And Grosjean will post the fourth fastest time, a 1:10.187, but Lewis Hamilton, top of the charts, a 1:09.935 for Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Kimi Räikkönen, Sebastian Vettel, both on timed laps now. Fernando Alonso on his way out onto the racetrack now. Kimi Räikkönen working his way through the chicane and out onto the backstretch of the circuit, looking for turn 12. So far in Q2, Lewis Hamilton has broke the 109 barrier. Here comes Räikkönen. Räikkönen looking to see what he can do. This is going to be the testament to what engine Scuderia Ferrari's brought today. Here comes Larry Arsenault out onto the track with about 10 minutes remaining. Valtteri Bottas still sitting in the pit lane. Kimi Räikkönen puts it second fastest. He's at 1:10.011 for Kimi Räikkönen. Now Sebastian Vettel, where does he put it? Grosjean puts it third fastest, a 1:10.098. Moves Tyler Markle back down to fourth. Now for Sebastian Vettel, he's coming around the track now. What lap time will Vettel set? He looks for turn 19 now. Sebastian Vettel coming to the start-finish line. Vettel will post the fastest time. It's a 1:09.791. And that is the absolute second fastest time we've seen today. Now Fernando Alonso working his way around the track. Here he comes through turn 15 now. And Valtteri Bottas has finally come out of the shadows and out onto the racetrack. Fernando Alonso coming through turn 20. He's going to post the second fastest time. It's a 1:09.835, an entire 1/10 faster than Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Larry Arsenault, works his way into turn 12 on the circuit, now looking for 13. Now through 14 and 15. Arsenault with a little bit of oversteer in the exit, and Vettel sits an even faster lap. It's a 109.776. It's only faster by about 14 one-thousandths, but that's good enough to make it even faster. A higher lap time for someone to reach if they want to take the top of Q2, and Larry Arsenault posts the slowest lap time thus far, a 1:11.492. Now looking for Valtteri Bottas, working his way through turn 15, now through 16, 17, and 18, looking for 19. Valtteri Bottas will put the last lap time of the session just halfway here in Q2, and Valtteri Bottas will put it fourth fastest, a 109.945. And everybody's on the Ultra Softs besides Larry Arsenault and Tyler Markle. Tyler Markle puts his 7th fastest with the Super Softs. And now Felipe Massa, Danny Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, Stoffel Vandoorne, and Larry Arsenault all face elimination here at Circuit of America Short Circuit. Here comes Larry Arsenault looking for turn 20. Can he make it any faster than what he's got? At the start-finish line, it will be 4 one-thousandths faster, but not enough to move him up. Stoffel Vandoorne back out onto the racetrack now. Here comes Pascal Wehrlein. Vandoorne is in the bottom 5. Wehrlein is on the bubble. Six minutes remain in Q2. Here comes Sainz. Let's see what Vandoorne can do. Hulkenberg out onto the racetrack as well. Valtteri Bottas hasn't put it back into the pits, and you want to know why? Because he set a 109.858, and Fernando Alonso set a 109.821. These guys get faster and faster on these Ultra Softs. Larry Arsenault's now put it 14th fastest. It's a 111.162. I don't think those Super Softs are going to cut it for Larry Arsenault if he wants to make it to Q3. Here comes Stoffel Vandoorne. He's in the bottom 5 as well. Massa, Kvyat, and Magnussen all have yet to come back out onto the racetrack. Vandoorne looking to put himself in. If he were to do that, that would knock Wehrlein out. Here comes Vandoorne to the start-finish line. It's going to be a 110.322, and he does it. He knocks Wehrlein out. Now into the bottom 5. Arsenault keeps getting faster on those super soft tires. It's a 110.705, but Wehrlein knocks him right back. It's a 110.240 for Pascal Wehrlein. He was not about to let himself get overtaken in qualifying by Stoffel Vandoorne. I don't believe Larry Arsenault will get much faster on those super softs now. So Vandoorne continues to face elimination. Massa on an outlap now, along with Kvyat, Magnussen, and Arsenault all face elimination now. Does Van Dorn have another response? Here comes Van Dorn through 19 and 20. Van Dorn will not set a faster lap. Here comes Arsenal back into the pit lane. We're now watching Felipe Massa. He's the one other driver in the bottom 12 out on the racetrack. Bottom 5 out on the racetrack. Felipe Massa is in 12th position as we speak. He has a 110.487 on the Ultras. Here he comes. He's going to start his first timed lap. His second timed lap, my bad. Here comes Kevin Magnussen out to try to make it into the top 10. Only be top 10 at advance to Q3 with 2 minutes remaining. Who is going to advance and who will be eliminated? Two minutes remaining. Right now, Arsenal and Kvyat are chilling. Stoffel Van Dorn's brought it back into the pits. He's done all he can do. Sebastian Vettel back out onto the racetrack. Magnussen and Kvyat. Here comes Felipe Massa looking for turn 12. This looks to be a good one. Looking for the start finish line. Felipe Massa. He's gonna run a fast lap, but it'll still be 12 fastest. But look at that. Lewis Hamilton, top of the charts. A 109.713. Now Kevin Magnussen into turn 1 now. Larry Arsenal is on an out lap along with Danny Kvyat. At the moment, Van Dorn will not advance at all. He will not set another lap. Van Dorn will not advance. Here comes Larry Arsenal through Sector 3. And Magnussen working his way into 15. Tyler Markle, Carlos Sainz, Pascal Wehrlein, Stoffel Van Dorn, Nico Hulkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, and Fernando Alonso will all lock in their times because Lewis Hamilton sets an even faster lap. A 109.701. Magnussen sets a 110.611. Raikkonen puts a faster lap, a 109.662. Raikkonen holding high for Ferrari. Magnussen will not advance. Kvyat will not advance. Massa will not advance. Van Dorn will not advance. And the world rests on Arsenal's shoulders. If he makes it into the top 10, it'll be Pascal Wehrlein who does not advance. And Vettel sets an even faster lap. It's a 109.608 for Sebastian Vettel on the Ultras. Here comes Larry Arsenal looking for turn 20. Through turn 20 in the start finish line. It's going to be enough to put him 10th. He barely makes it into Q3. He squeaks by every point of elimination in qualifying. This time, Pascal Wehrlein will not advance behind Larry Arsenal. And again, Arsenal squeaking in to the next round of qualifying. Unbelievable! And everybody sets faster and faster lap times. Tyler Merkel, the only driver to advance on the super soft compound. And now everybody in the top 10 are all within 0.6 of a second. It's unbelievable. And I believe it was sabotage again from Romain Grosjean. This time it was a Force India instead of a Ferrari. 12 minutes here in Q number 3. Who will start on the pole here at Circuit of the America Short Circuit? Carlos Sainz on an outlap. Kimi Räikkönen on an outlap. Nico Hülkenberg on an outlap. Romain Grosjean on an outlap. Fernando Alonso on an outlap. Sebastian Vettel on an outlap. Tyler Markle on an outlap. Valtteri Bottas on an outlap. Everybody but Larry Arsenault and Lewis Hamilton making outlaps. No, here comes Lewis Hamilton. It's everybody but Larry Arsenault. Carlos Sainz working his way as he crosses the Sector 3 line. Here he comes into turn 19, looking for turn 20. Carlos Sainz, 10.5 minutes in Q3. Carlos Sainz will take the green flag in Q3. Carlos Sainz already onto the backstretch. Sainz looking for 14 and 15 now. And now Sainz through 19. He's going to set the first timed lap of the session, and it's going to be a 110.002. Räikkönen, a 109.763. Here comes Hülkenberg, a 109.904. Grosjean, a 109.936. Here comes Fernando Alonso. Alonso to the top of the charts, a 109.734. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. Vettel, a 109.692. Here comes Valtteri Bottas. Bottas, a 109.889. Now we have Tyler Markle. Tyler Markle, a 115.190. And Lewis Hamilton to the top of the charts, a 109.677. Tyler Markle must have made a mistake on that previous lap. On board with Tyler Markle now. Here comes Larry Arsenault on an outlap. I'm going to assume turn 15 again got Tyler Markle. Here comes Tyler Markle into turn number 20. What is it going to be? And it's going to be pole position for the moment. It's a 109.652 for Tyler Markle. Here comes Larry Arsenault looking through 19 and up to 20. He's going to be on the front stretch. Here he comes to start his first time lap of Q3. The car is at full song. Here he comes up the hill to turn 1B. Greatest elevation change of the circuit. Arsenault getting better. He's grabbing every curb he can. Here he comes through the chicane and now onto the backstretch of the circuit. Into turn 12 now. Was Larry Arsenault sandbagging, or is this all he's got? 5 minutes 53 seconds remain here in Q3. Larry Arsenault's going to be the final driver to put in a lap time. But what will it be? He comes through turn 18 now. Now through 19 and into 20. Larry Arsenault's going to put it 10 fastest. It's a 110.964, nearly a full second off of Carlos Sainz. It's over a full second of Romain Grosjean.
Oh, it's overthrown the car again.
So Larry Arsenault, the only driver out on the track at the moment. Track is relatively quiet besides that. Tyler Markle puts it top of the charts, a 109.652, barely squeaking out a pole. Lewis Hamilton a 109.677. Sebastian Vettel a 109.692. It's gonna be a true dogfight for the top position here in the race. Then we have Fernando Alonso a 109.734 and Kimi Räikkönen a 109.763. All 5 of those drivers within 11 100ths of a second, 1/10 of a second basically. Here comes Larry Arsenault back into the pit lane with just over 4 minutes remaining. Here in Q number 3, we're gonna have about as quiet of a track as we're gonna get. And now, with 4 minutes here in Q3 remaining, does anybody want the pole? Who's gonna work as hard for the pole as possible? We've seen Tyler Markle set some amazing lap times, but as the drivers get better and better as they progress through the sessions, Lewis Hamilton now just 2/10 of a second, 2/100ths of a second off of Tyler Markle's lap time, 25 1/1000ths of a second. The difference between pole for Lewis Hamilton, and it's only 4 100ths of a second between pole for Sebastian Vettel. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Nobody's making a move back out onto the racetrack. Everybody's content with where they are, or are they waiting for the last possible moment? We're going to take a quick break here at Sky Sports. Q3 still underway with just over 3 minutes remaining. Back live here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. Here comes Larry Arsenault yet again. He's not content with where he's starting. He's over a full second back of the 8th position. What is it going to be for Larry Arsenault? Just over 2 minutes remaining. Tyler Markle's on an outlap. He's looking to defend the current pole position he has. 1 minute and 45 seconds now. Here comes Carlos Sainz, Romain Grosjean, Nico Hülkenberg, Kimi Räikkönen, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton. Everybody's out on the track. Here comes Larry Arsenault. He's gonna start his second fair timed lap of the session. Here he comes. Just over 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. It's gonna be enough to where if he can get around the track fast enough, he'll have a second lap. If he can get around the track quick enough. Now just under 1 minute 59 seconds, Tyler Markle's taking his green flag, where he's coming now through the final corner. Here comes Sainz. He's coming through Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Räikkönen. We're about to get an influx of lap times here. Larry Arsenault racing the clock. If he can race the clock to the start finish line, he'll get one more attempt. "30 seconds now. Arsenault on the on the gas. Out of turn 15 and out through 16. 15 seconds remain. Can he get back to the start finish line? What's it gonna be for Larry Arsenault in lap time? Goes wide out of turn 19 into turn 20. It's gonna be real close. 4, 3, 2, and he's going to be the only other driver to get a lap in, and a second lap in. Larry Arsenault sets a 1:10.327, but he's got to run faster. As they come to the start of finish line, Tyler Markle sets an even faster lap. It's a 109.636, and for the moment, he's on the pole. But here comes Carlos Sainz. Sainz puts it 6th, a 109.882. Grosjean a 109.848. Hülkenberg a 0.815. Räikkönen second. Fernando Alonso to the pole. Sebastian Vettel to the pole. A 109.449 for Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton puts it second. A 109.486. Fernando Alonso a 0.534. Tyler Markle will start 4th. Valtteri Bottas 5th. Kimi Räikkönen 6th. Hülkenberg 7th. Grosjean 8th. Sainz 9th. Larry Arsenault will put it P10. He was not able to squeak a pole out of him the way he squeaked by both rounds, but knowing the way he squeaked by, it was probably highly unlikely he was gonna win the pole. Everybody in the top 9 broke the 109 barrier, and everybody in the top 9 is within 43 100ths of a second of each other. Look at that top 3. Vettel, Hamilton, and Alonso all within 1/10 of a second. Tyler Markle will start 4th, and I believe this is the first time a non-Force India driver has started on the pole. No, this is the second time. It happened at Suzuka. So this is gonna be an even harder race for the drivers today. So running lap times of 1 minute and 10. Just moments away from the formation lap that starts this race. So this is the Circuit of the Americas circuit, the short version, 28 laps, and we're green on the formation lap. Let's go through the starting grid pretty quick. So on the pole we had Sebastian Vettel for the Scuderia Ferrari, and alongside of him, Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes. In row 2, we have Fernando Alonso for McLaren and Tyler Markle for Force India. In row 3, we have Valtteri Bottas for Mercedes and Kimi Räikkönen for Ferrari. In row 4, we have Nico Hülkenberg for Renault and Romain Grosjean for Haas. In row 5, we have Carlos Sainz for Toro Rosso and Larry Arsenault for Force India. In row 6, we have Pascal Wehrlein for Sauber and Stoffel Van Dorn for McLaren. In row 7, we have Felipe Massa for Williams and Danny Kvyat for Toro Rosso. In row 8, we have Kevin Magnussen for Haas and Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull. In row 9, we have Jolyon Palmer for Renault and Marcus Ericsson for Sauber. And in row 10, we have Max Verstappen for Red Bull and Lance Stroll for Williams. So as they work turn 15, let's see if we can get a quick word in with Tyler Markle. Tyler, what happened during that qualifying session, and are you ready for the race you got ahead of you today?
Yeah, I'm ready for the race. I think I practiced my race pace more than trying to do qualifying, so pole doesn't give you points compared to the race.
Well, here they come. They are gritting up. That was Tyler Markle. Sebastian Vettel will start this race from the command grid spot. So as the field forms up into the grid boxes now. Lance Stroll still gridding up. And here we go. United States, it's time to bring the action. 5 red lights. And it's lights out. And away we go. Sebastian Vettel with an amazing start. Here comes Fernando Alonso. They're 4 wide. Here comes Tyler Markle to the inside of Räikkönen and Hamilton. The runner on the outside. Räikkönen shoots through the middle, and around goes Nico Hülkenberg. No, he keeps it going. He's got the whole field stacked up behind him. They're side by side, 3 wide for the 16th position between Palmer, Stroll, and Kvyat. Everybody singles it out. There's a caution in sector 2. That's Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll looking to get it back going as he heads into turn 7. Back up front, Sebastian Vettel continues to lead. Fernando Alonso second. Lewis Hamilton third. Kimi Räikkönen fourth. Tyler Markle in 5th. Larry Arsenault in 6th. Hülkenberg 7th. Bottas 8th. Grosjean 9th. Wehrlein in 10th. Everybody still knows the tail with Sainz in 11th. Massa 12th. Van Dorn 13th. Ricciardo 14th. Magnussen 15th. Palmer 16th. Kvyat 17th. Verstappen 18th, Ericsson 19th, and Stroll a little ways back in 20th. Sebastian Vettel with the fastest lap of the session to take 1:11.953 to start the race. Tyler Markle does get around Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, side by side, a little bit of wheel spin on the exit. He'll lose that spot right back to Räikkönen. He's going to be side by side with him through VS's. Who can get through smoother? Räikkönen just lets him clear. Now Räikkönen under attack from Arsenault. Arsenault looking to get him into turn 12 here. Normally he'd have DRS entering this corner. So Räikkönen loses 2 spots on that exchange. Force India is now 4th and 5th. Everybody's still single file. Here comes Sebastian Vettel leading the field now in through turn 19. It's going to be the first completed lap at speed, and Sebastian Vettel's first lap at race pace is not shown because DRS is now enabled. Here comes Bottas looking to the inside of Hülkenberg. Does he clear Hülkenberg? He will clear Hulkenberg out of turn 1. It's Massa and Van Dorn. Massa around the outside of Van Dorn through 2. Now on board of Tyler Marcos. And around goes Larry Arsenal. He's losing spots like crazy. He went from 5th to 14th. And just like that, bye-bye points for Larry Arsenal. But it's not over. He can still get them back. Back up to Tyler Markle, working his way around Lewis Hamilton, or at least attempting to, not through the Achilles heel of him, turn 15. And where Tyler Markle, he will have DRS on Hamilton this time by. Hamilton has DRS on Alonso. This is going to make it a little bit tougher for Tyler Markle. Tyler Markle's got the better slipstream into 1. Tyler Markle looking for a way around Hamilton through VS's. Into 6 and now 7. He's going to set Hamilton up for a pass here into turn 12. He dives into the inside of Hamilton. Hamilton gets the run off the corner in the 13 now. Tyler with the dive. He will clear Hamilton by a lot. And now Tyler has his sights set on Fernando Alonso. Go back to Larry Arsenal. After he spun over a lap ago, he has yet to make up a single spot yet. Here goes Daniel Ricciardo looking to the inside of Stoffel Van Dorn. He can't get the job done, but he'll have DRS on Stoffel Van Dorn as long as everybody else is in this queue has DRS. And Van Dorn pulls away from Ricciardo on the straightaway. Ricciardo looking to get back by him. Ricciardo is now side by side with Arsenal. Arsenal will clear Ricciardo. That is one of the many spots Arsenal lost. That would be a total of 9 that he lost on the spin earlier in the race. Arsenal not looking for a way to get around Van Dorn. Go back up front as we're on board. Tyler Markle looking to pass Fernando Alonso. Alonso looking to get the run off the corner off of 18 out through 19. Again with a run, but into 20. Tyler's going to set him up at least for an overtake on the front stretch here with the DRS. Alonso with the run off the corner, but Tyler with the DRS. Here he comes down the backstretch. Alonso does not have DRS on Vettel, even though he was within 1 second of Vettel. Here comes Tyler Markle to the inside of turn 1. He can maintain the gap he has now with Vettel. He'll be fine. He will clear Alonso. He's within 1 second of Sebastian Vettel. Tyler Markle setting up Vettel for an overtake, gets into the gearbox a little bit, heading into turn 12. Oh, and a little bit more contact with the gearbox. He's got to be careful with that front wing. If he loses any damage to that front wing, it's going to become a lot harder to turn. Van Dorn and Arsenal are going at it toe-to-toe for the 12th position. They're still side by side. Van Dorn gets to the side of Arsenal. Van Dorn goes wide. He's still side by side. Arsenal goes wide out of 15. Got to keep Van Dorn behind him, and he will finally get Van Dorn to stay behind Arsenal for himself for the time being. Tyler Markle with the DRS. And we have Nico Hulkenberg heading to the pit lane now. Tyler Markle looking for an aggressive move to get around Vettel. On board of Tyler as he works his way to Vettel. He got into the back of him as he headed back onto the main circuit. Hulkenberg down to 20th with that pit stop. Tyler Markle continues with the aggressive moves, and the front wing continues to be beaten up as he looks for a way around Sebastian Vettel, desperate, but still has 21 laps this time by. And Tyler Markle, a little bit of understeer through 18 will cause Vettel to gain a huge advantage. It's actually over a second. This Tyler Markle still have the DRS. He does not. With a simple little mistake in turn 18, but he'll get Vettel back under braking here. Bottas gets around Raikkonen. Tyler Markle did beat on that front wing too much, and he did end up breaking the front wing. Being too aggressive does cost in the Formula 1 series. Hulkenberg gets around Stroll. Now they're battling for the final position. Side by side out of turn 1. Hulkenberg looking to clear Stroll. He will clear Stroll into 4. Back out front, Tyler Markle loses the back end on the exit of turn 15 with a lot of wheel spin and the oversteer out of 15. And now that Tyler Markle's fallen out of DRS, it'll give us a short moment. Here comes Tyler Markle into the pit lane. I was going to say this will give us a short moment to recap the start of this race. Sebastian Vettel started on the pole, and that's where he is. Fernando Alonso started second, and that's where he gained 1 spot. Fernando Alonso started third, and he's gained 1 spot. Lewis Hamilton started second and has lost 1 spot. And then we have Bottas and Raikkonen both up 1 spot from where they started because of Tyler Markle pitting. Grosjean up 2, Verline up 4. Sainz up 1 and Massa up 4. Arsenault's right where he started with help of his teammate losing spots to pit stops. Van Dorn is up 1. Ricciardo is up 4. Magnussen is up 2. Palmer is up 3. Kvyat is down 1. Verstappen is up 3. And Ericsson is up 1. Tyler Markle's lost 14 as he's just recently pitted. Nico Hulkenberg's lost 12. He has also pitted. They're the only 2 drivers to pit this race. The biggest losers thus far due to pitting is Tyler Markle and Nico Hulkenberg. The biggest loser not due to pitting, well, that's Lewis Hamilton and Danny Kvyat, as it's only lost 1 spot. The biggest movers of the race have been Felipe Massa, Pascal Wehrlein, and Daniel Ricciardo. They all have moved up 4 times this race. There's an overtake on the front stretch. You have Kimi Räikkönen, Romain Grosjean. Grosjean around the outside. Now Pascal Wehrlein side by side out of turn 1. Räikkönen will clear Wehrlein. Tyler Markle puts on the soft compound tire, looking to go to the end. So Sebastian Vettel's opened up a 2.7 second lead over Fernando Alonso. Alonso under attack from Lewis Hamilton. He's within 0.7 of a second. Hamilton with the DRS. Sainz does get around. No, Sainz is pitting, so he'll lose that spot. Ricciardo, no, that's Arsenault. Arsenault's in the pits. Wehrlein gets around Raikkonen, and Tyler Markle with the fastest lap. It's a 1:10.663. the drivers on the Ultrasofts are taking them to the very end of their life. How long can the Ultrasofts go here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit? Fernando Alonso no longer under attack from Lewis Hamilton so much that it causes screen time, but Raikkonen must have a problem or something. He was super fast earlier, and here comes Vettel and Alonso and Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas will take the lead to make sure that they don't stack into the pit lane. Raikkonen was 3 wide with Van Dorn and Massa as Vettel came out of the pits. Oh, Palmer is blowing up!
Can't see, can't see, can't see.
That is definitely putting fluid on the racetrack. And Jolyon Palmer holds up Tyler Markle, gets the front wing broken on that Force India, and Palmer finally comes to a rest on the exit of turn 12. Larry Arsenal is battling with Carlos Sainz and loses the spot. He is now last.
Illegal overtake.
Pascal Wehrlein is second. Sebastian Vettel is third. Now here comes Valtteri Bottas, and Pascal Wehrlein is leading this race.
Damn, Sainz could just slam on him any harder.
And half the field pits, it's Ericsson and Ricciardo and Raikkonen and Massa and Van Dorn and Kvyat and Magnussen and Tyler Markle for wing damage, I assume.
Yep.
Guess like
Meanwhile,
Sainz has a problem hitting the brakes harder than he does hitting the gas.
Meanwhile, Pascal Wehrlein continues to lead this race. Sebastian Vettel pulls now within 1 second of Pascal. Now Pascal Wehrlein coming into the pit lane. Does he get credit with the lap? I believe he does, right as Vettel takes the lead back. Now Vettel back out in front. Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Alonso, Hulkenberg, Grosjean. Here comes Wehrlein. But those 5 have a queue formed up. Wehrlein's going to come out in front of Larry Arsenal and Carlos Sainz. Lance Stroll's now in the pit lane, and he'll go back to the 19th position, the last running car, right where he belongs. Everybody's on the super soft compound. Here it comes Larry Arsenal to the inside of Pascal Wehrlein. He'll clear him somewhat cleanly. Here comes Sainz. Tyler Markle with the double overtake on Van Dorn and Kvyat. Van Dorn's now lost 2 spots to Kvyat and Magnussen. And Tyler Markle gets around Max Verstappen. All race. It's been tough. Tyler Markle gets around Felipe Massa.
Oh my god, Emerson, guys.
I got myself a little
Pay
problem.
respects.
About
Greatest F1 commentator in the YouTube F1 community.
Thank you. Valtteri Bottas. Now within half a second of Lewis Hamilton, he's gonna look for DRS this time by coming out of turn 15.
Shit, I feel bad for Emerson now. You're not sending this one to them.
Not maybe my way to improvise, but not.
Oh god.
Bottas looking
even
to
through the struggles of hiccups, he commentates.
Bottas looking to close any on Hamilton. He's looking to get to him under braking here in the turn number 1. Alonso with the DRS looking to follow suit. We have Romain Grosjean and Nico Hülkenberg. They're surprisingly high in the points. That's a Renault and a Haas. They're battling for the 5th position now. Grosjean within 0.4 of a second of Nico Hülkenberg, and he's going to look to get top 5 for Haas. And Hülkenberg looking to defend to keep that top 5 for Renault. We have Pascal Wehrlein in 8th place for Sauber. Carlos Sainz 9th place for Toro Rosso. We have an insane top 10 we've got here, and again, every spot in the top 10 awards points. Oh no, here comes Nico Hülkenberg into the pit lane now.
Take a minute, couple lap break. Should take like a couple laps off, Emerson.
I've already tried.
Have you tried holding your breath?
Yes, that usually works for me, but not now. Pascal Wehrlein on the aggressive, looking to get it around Larry Arsenault. Into turn 7 now. And back onto the main circuit now, looking for turn 12. Arsenault being set up by Wehrlein. Wehrlein not going to be over aggressive. Raikkonen gets around Tyler Markle. They're making an overtake attempt. Tyler looking to get around Raikkonen. Raikkonen will be cleared by Tyler Markle. Tyler's now put himself back into the points. Here comes Wehrlein. Wehrlein looking for Larry Arsenault into turn 15. He's looking for that gearbox. Now coming up to turn 19, Wehrlein will have DRS on Arsenault. Well, will he be able to set up the overtake coming into turn 20? At the start-finish line now, Wehrlein with the DRS, but Arsenault with the straight line speed.
Speed weed. It sounded like weed.
Wehrlein gets Arsenault back under braking into 1, but Arsenault driving away. But here comes Wehrlein. Wehrlein in the slower car has an advantage through the corners. I believe Verline is losing sight of Arsenal as he gets him back under braking in the turn 12. Here he comes. Tyler Merkel gets around Daniel Ricciardo. And he's got his eyes on this battle up ahead of him.
What the fuck was that? You heard that, right?
Verline losing touch to Arsenal. Sainz losing touch to Verline. Everybody's trying to stay within 1 second of each other because that gets them DRS. Here comes Verline setting up the overtake attempt on Arsenal. And Tyler Markle looking to get around Sainz and join this party. Now Tyler looking to be patient. He's been over aggressive all race and he's lost his front wing due to it, and he makes contact with Sainz. Sainz will get back around Tyler. Now here comes Tyler looking for the overtake attempt. Sainz with the aggressive block, but Tyler will overcome. He'll get around Sainz and he'll clear him. Now his eyes are set on the battle for 6 between Verline and Arsenal. Verline just can't seem to get enough speed out of the corner to set up Arsenal, but here comes Tyler Markle. The teammate actually may be able to help Verline if he doesn't play it right. Here comes Tyler Markle now on Pascal Verline. This is for the 7th position. Tyler looking for a way around Pascal. Now through the try right-hander through 18 up to 19. Tyler Merkel with the DRS. Verline still has DRS, but Tyler has the straight line speed. Verline with the defensive move to block in the middle of the track. Tyler Merkel goes to the outside. Still side by side out of 1, but Tyler will clear Verline. Tyler Markle looking to set up teammate Larry Arsenault. And Tyler Markle with the oversteer out of 15. Tyler Markle gaining all the time he can under braking. Now he's up to his teammate. How does he play it with Larry Arsenal? Is he aggressive like he's been with the rest of them? And he is. He's looking to get around Arsenal through VS's.
Yeah, yes. Okay, yeah. And racing.
Tyler Markle in the grass out of turn 9. Now through circuit 13 and 14, up to 15. Here comes Tyler Marco. He will have DRS this time. Larry Arsenal goes wide out of one. Tyler looking to get around him cleanly now. And I believe that's where the forward march will stop for Tyler Markle. I don't think he's going to catch up to Romain Grosjean. And now if the race plays out like this is Sebastian Vettel. It's his race to lose. 9 seconds over Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton has another second to Bottas. And another 3 to Alonso. And then about a second and a half back is Grosjean. And that's where it's about 8 seconds between Grosjean and Tyler Markle. The closest battle up front is what we've got is between these Force Indias, but if it's not them, it's the Mercedes of Hamilton and Bottas. They're over a second from each other, so DRS is not a factor in this battle just yet. We go back to Kimi Räikkönen, who continues to lose spots here. Nico Hülkenberg is setting up Räikkönen for an overtake on the front stretch with 4 laps remaining here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. Räikkönen with the defensive move to block the middle of the racetrack. Kvyat and Hülkenberg going at it. Kvyat going for the double overtake on Hülkenberg and Räikkönen. He can clear Hülkenberg. He will not get up beside Räikkönen through VS's. This is all going down for a non-points paying position as a battle for in the points. Nobody's going to be able to catch up to Ricciardo, who's 10th place in points. But Ricciardo may be able to get around Sainz. And Verline's a few seconds more. And then there's Arsenal looking to set up his teammate Tyler Markle yet again. But I don't think he's going to close in anymore. This may be the last time Arsenal has DRS this race. This time by will be 2 laps to go here at Circuit of the Americas, the short circuit. And here comes Romain Grosjean looking to set up Fernando Alonso. Here he comes into turn 19. It's got to be within 1 second of Alonso, and yes, he is. He's setting up for the overtake on the front stretch. 2 laps to go at Circuit of the Americas. The back wing is open on the Haas. Looking to get anything under braking. And through VS's, it appears Grosjean has a faster car, but it's a car that's able to turn quicker through VS's. Now Grosjean looking to set up Alonso. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. Markle has Grosjean in his sights, but I don't think he's going to get there. This time by will be 1 lap to go. And this race is all but over. If Sebastian Vettel can just bring it home 1 more lap. Here he comes out of turn 20. 1 lap to go here at Circuit of the Americas. Hamilton and Bottas are far enough to where that will not be a factor. Grosjean losing touch with Alonso, where I think he'll have DRS, but it won't be enough to do anything. Straight line speed for Alonso, that's a first. Here comes Grosjean with the DRS. Can he gain anything under braking on the exit? Now through the S's for the final time. It's going to be all for naught. Tyler Marco's going to be far from Larry Arsenault. Verline clear of any trouble. Ricciardo and Sainz setting up to do battle. Half a second is the gap between those two. There's a caution in sector. That's Pascal Verline, and he's blown up. Is he trying to make it to the end here? He's looking for turn 12. And he's just going to pull off to the side of turn 12 here. Pascal Verline, he was in the points paying position, and it's not going to happen, which moves Felipe Massa up to the 10th position. That is a points paying position. Fernando Alonso, no competition from Grosjean. Tyler Marco, give him a few more laps and he would have been up there. Daniel Ricciardo looking to get anything on Sainz. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Ran out of gas across the line.
Daniel Ricciardo will not get Carlos Sainz. And here, the second time we made it to Circuit of the Americas, it's not as thrilling as the first one, but we do have a stacked podium finish. Your podium, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas. Sebastian Vettel wins the Circuit of the Americas short track race. Of course, the champagne celebration. So, the points have been shaken up a little bit, I would assume. I think it's gonna pull the others back into this. This puts Vettel ahead of Arsenault, and it's an 18-point gap between Tyler Marco and Sebastian Vettel. Arsenault now just over a full race from Tyler Marco. And a disappointing day for Sahara Force India. Unlike Suzuka, where you could say at least you were close to winning, it was a hard-fought day for all of y'all, but you were just both not in contention most of the day. Tyler, let's start with you. How was that race, and how many times did you get your front wing abused by somebody?
The first one was my fault, but that second one, when Palmer blew up, he was just a dumbass, didn't know how to pull off the track. I'm done.
No more comments?
Nope.
And Larry, what do you have to say about your hard-fought race? You did move up from where you started, but I don't think that was the result you were looking for.
Not even close. I was hoping maybe podium when we got into 5th, and then I don't know what happened coming out of the S's, maybe 3 or 4 laps in, something, and just sent my car, hit the wall. Surprisingly didn't break anything, but that was pretty much all she wrote right there as far as getting podium. Fought back as hard as we could to get points. Thankfully did, but was hoping to get a little bit towards the end there.
Alright, so that's all I've got. I'm not up for doing another, but we'll see you next time at China. Oh, lovely.
Great.